Welcome to the official Rapid Fire Reloaded YouTube channel. In this video we are going to look at creating a typical rapid fire artillery battery. To do this I will create two German artillery batteries, one self-propelled and one towed. Each artillery battery has three components, two guns and an observer. The first part of this video we will use the Valiant Miniatures VM007 German FH-18 105mm howitzer and crew. Valiant Miniatures are available from the Valiant Miniatures webstore and many model and wargames retailers. Each box contains a single gun with 5 crew figures. In rapid fire, an artillery gun has 4 crew. Each of the 5 figures in the kit has a different pose. The standing figure with the greatcoat has an alternative arms, one being with binoculars. The other set of arms has a slung rifle, so if this figure is not used as part of your artillery crew, as it can be used with other Valiant figures as part of your German infantry. The front of the box shows the gun and figures made up and painted. The assembly instructions are printed on the back of the box. The figures and the gun are made from injection molded plastic and can be glued and painted with the same materials used for any plastic model kit. The gun has 12 parts. There is a muzzle brake molded at the end of the barrel. To make painting easier, the wheels are left off until the end. After assembling the model, the first paint layer was a black acrylic primer and was applied in a couple of coats. Once the primer was dry, a dark yellow base coat was applied. The olive green camouflage pattern can be applied by brush, or in this case an airbrush, to the barrel, the gun shield, the trails and the wheels. The tyres are painted rubber black. Next, a gloss acrylic varnish is applied over the whole of the model. Once dry, a dark brown enamel wash is used as a pin wash. The breech block and the slide are painted with a steel metallic colour. A matte varnish finishes the model of the gun. The artillery figures are cut off the sprue and tidied up. The figures are painted with a white acrylic primer, followed by a matte white base coat. The skin is painted with a basic skin tone. Once this is dried, a contrast paint is used as a wash over the skin. The trousers and tunics are painted German field grey. Helmets are painted first neutral grey, then a diluted German grey is applied around the base of the helmet. Shirts are painted in a light grey, or can be painted in a cream colour. Semi-gloss black is used for the boots and the belts. The ancillary parts, such as the shells, are painted, and the figures are given a coat of semi-gloss varnish, and then a wash of Agfrax Earthshade. The figures are affixed to a base using contact adhesive, leaving room for the model of the gun. Then the areas occupied by the wheels and the trail spades were marked out, and a textured material is spread over the base except for the contact points of the gun. The base is painted with hobby acrylic paints with various shades of green and browns. Using PVA glue, static grass and small stones are applied to the base. Then a couple of stealth adhesive tufts are added. Once this is dry, the gun is then glued to the base using contact adhesive. The second artillery battery uses the ready-to-roll Wespe self-propelled gun. The Wespe model has just 2 parts, a resin hull with a base and a white metal barrel. To make painting easier, the vehicle and the gun were painted separately. The base on the resin part was sanded with wet and dry paper with plenty of water to prevent the creation of harmful dust. The 2 parts were sprayed with a black acrylic primer. After the primer had dried, a dark yellow base coat was applied. After the wheels have been masked, a green camouflage pattern is applied. The camouflage pattern is only applied to the external parts of the vehicle. The vehicle tyres are painted rubber black. Ammo, dark track paint, is used to paint the tracks. Inside the hull of the vehicle are fixtures and fittings. These are painted, the shells being green, the radio black and so on. The suspension springs are painted in German grey. The Pioneer tools are painted with German grey and wood. An acrylic gloss varnish seals the paint, ready for a dark brown enamel wash. The gap between the hull of the vehicle and the base is painted dark brown. Hobby acrylic paint of different green and brown shades were applied to the base. PVA glue is then used to apply small stones and static grass. A couple of spare Britannia figures were added to the inside of the vehicle fighting compartment. The OP vehicles are represented by ready-to-roll Kubel wagon models. This is a single-piece resin casting and was painted in the same manner as the Wespe. The tilt was painted khaki, followed by a light dry brush of Iraqi sand. For the windows, native black was used. The windscreen was given a wash of neutral grey, leaving some black around the edges, followed by a thinned coat of light blue paint. Weathering was achieved using an enamel wash, the same as used for the Wespe model. The base of the model was also finished with the same materials as for the self-propelled gun. A wide range of 20mm vehicles is available from the Rapid Fire UK web store. For more information and to keep up to date with the Rapid Fire Reloaded rules, please visit our Rapid Fire World War II Wargames Rules Facebook page.